Most people think digital products need to be fun, creative, and exciting in order to sell, when in reality, the products quietly making the most money are usually just simple, practical, and honestly boring. But that's exactly why they work. Because while everyone is busy creating the same aesthetic templates and trendy products, there's a much smaller group of people creating the things that solve basic, everyday problems and getting paid consistently for it. So I'm sharing 10 unsexy digital products that are quietly making thousands of dollars a month, and why choosing just one of these could help you get your first sales a lot faster. So let's start with one of the most overlooked ideas. If you run any kind of small business, whether it's a handmade business, coaching business, or you sell digital products, you'll appreciate how valuable this one is: a pricing calculator. I know, exciting, right? But pricing is one of those things that tends to stress business owners out. They're constantly wondering if they're charging enough, if they're covering their own costs, or if they're even making a profit. And most people are either making assumptions about their numbers or doing messy calculations in their notes app or random spreadsheets. I know this because I was guilty of this myself for a very long time. So this product solves that common problem in a simple way. It gives you one place to plug in your numbers, track your costs, and actually see your profit margins clearly. This specific listing I found is making over $800 a month, and they sell multiple versions of these that are selling consistently. I think there's less competition for this type of product because many new digital product sellers don't want to go through the trouble of learning a new skill. I mean, if you're already very comfortable with Excel and Google Sheets, then this will be very easy for you. But for others, it's a bit of a learning curve, right? So if you took the time to learn how to make these, you'll stand out from everyone else that's creating basic digital products that are super easy and quick to create. To take this a step further, once you've mastered the skill of creating boring, comprehensive spreadsheets that solve real problems that people are willing to pay for, you can now transfer that skill to other types of trackers that have low competition. For example, like ultimate book trackers. Okay, you're either yawning to this idea or you completely lit up. I personally think it's a very fun one, but I'm a huge bookworm, while most of my friends would find this incredibly boring. Let me know which one you are down below. By the way, I love mystery books. If you have any recommendations, leave them below for me. But back on track. This product is essentially an all-in-one digital reading journal. You can track the books you've read, organize your library, set reading goals, keep a wish list, and even see everything laid out in a dashboard. I kind of want to buy this for myself now that I'm looking at it in detail. Like, how cool is this? Now, although someone could technically create a basic tracker for themselves, most people don't want to spend the time building and formatting it and making it super easy to use like this. Okay, so as I was editing this video, I realized I didn't share how much revenue these listings are generating per month. So this listing is making over $2,000 per month, but what's even more wild is the same shop has another listing. It looks like the same product, just in different colors, but this one is generating almost $6,000 a month. So pretty wild, a lot of potential for this product. Let's switch gears a little because you might be looking at these spreadsheets and thinking this just isn't your thing. The next idea is easier to create in my opinion, but it can feel incredibly dull to execute. Resume and cover letter templates. Super exciting, I know. You can create these in Microsoft Word or even Google Docs, which is completely free. Now, although you may have heard of this idea before, I wanted to dig a little deeper into some of the top performers in this category. What I've noticed is that more minimalist designs tend to perform better than overly designed aesthetic ones. That actually makes sense to me, and it really takes me back because I've lost count of how many resumes I've submitted over the years. I've worked a lot of different jobs, and the ones that consistently landed me interviews were very simple like these. This one example alone generates over $2,000 a month, with similar versions bringing in over $1,000 each. This works especially well if you've had experience putting together your own resumes, applied to multiple jobs like I have, and can offer additional resources to help others land theirs. For example, this listing doesn't just include a resume and cover letter template, it also provides a reference template and a bonus guide on how to land the job. And that's brilliant because it makes the product feel more complete and gives the buyer extra support toward the exact outcome they want. Now, this next idea is not a digital product, but it works just like one because you don't have to do anything after you've uploaded your design. And it's simple print-on-demand products. Physical items like t-shirts and mugs, for example, become timeless when their designs are incredibly basic, like these really simple graphics, minimalist text, and even funny quotes that people instantly connect with. If you use a print-on-demand company, then you don't have to worry about inventory or shipping because they'll create and deliver these products to your customers for you. Now, if you plan to sell your print-on-demand products on Etsy, one of the most effective ways to stand out from your competitors is by adding a video to your listing. And thanks to Kittl, who is kindly sponsoring this section of the video, you can easily create these using their templates and AI video feature. Just sign up for free using the link below, and I'll show you exactly how this works. Okay, so this is really cool. I am so excited about this feature. Once you're signed into Kittl, go into templates on the left-hand side, and at the very top, you're gonna see a section for Etsy listing. Then select a video template that you want to use for your own mockup. So for example, I like this one here. I'm gonna go into use template, and basically I'm going to replace this mockup with my own so that I can regenerate these videos and it will show my design. So I've opened up a separate artboard and put in a super basic design. It is just simply text and it says, I'd rather be reading. You can customize the fonts and colors and size and everything on the right-hand side here. So again, keeping it very, very basic. And then to create my mockup, just click on the artboard title here, go to add mockup, and then you're gonna see all the options on the left-hand side that you can select. So you can see I have selected this mockup and my text has shown up on the t-shirt. I can also change up the position, the size, etc. Once you're happy with your mockup, you can download it. So go to export at the top and then just select the artboard that you want to download. So I would download the mockup here. I would go to export and then I can save it as a PNG file. Now going back into this template, I can now delete this mockup and drag in my mockup that I just exported. So let's zoom in here and I'm just going to expand it to cover the entire artboard. Then select this drop down and click on upscale just to increase the quality of your image. Then click on an AI video and then select the prompt on the bottom here. You can customize the prompt, but I'm just gonna leave it exactly as is. And I'm gonna select regenerate. I've gone ahead and regenerated the other 2 AI videos as well. So it's super cool. Now all of these videos are featuring my design, my mockup, and it only took a couple of minutes. So it's really, really cool, very easy to use. Once they're done, you can export them and upload these onto your Etsy listings. You can sign up for free using the link below. And if you choose to upgrade your subscription, use code SandraYT for 25% off your first month or first year, depending on which plan you choose. Okay, so you might be tired of hearing about this next idea or thinking there's no point in creating it because AI can give people answers for free. And I'm talking about mini courses. I actually disagree that AI has replaced courses and coaching because it can't draw from your unique experience, how you achieved something step by step, and handle challenges along the way. And when someone pays for a course, they're far more likely to implement rather than passively consuming free information online. For example, I could search in ChatGPT how to lose weight after having a baby and get a full customized plan for me. But am I going to follow it? Probably not. I would rather invest in someone who's been through it before and has helped others achieve the outcome, especially because now I have skin in the game. Recently, I pre-sold a mini course at 50% off over 5 days and made just over $3,000. And before you assume it's because I have an audience on YouTube, I actually only promoted it to a small segment of my email list. I didn't share it publicly. This worked because I did my research, sent out surveys, and spoke directly to a handful of my ideal customers over Zoom calls to understand what they needed. Then I created a very targeted offer. I promoted it again over a weekend and made another $860. Now I have 2 mini courses priced at $27 and $47 that sell passively week by week without me having to promote them. So focus on one hyper-specific outcome and build a short, focused training around that. Think about what people already come to you for help with, whether that's parenting advice, skincare routines, meal prep tips, anything where you've achieved a result that other people want. If you don't feel like packaging your expertise into a full-blown mini course, then this next boring idea might suit you better: a small business toolkit. You can customize this based on your niche, but I'm using this example because it's what I have experience with. I've sold different versions of this. I'm currently working on a new one that I'll show you in a bit, and I've purchased a few myself. A toolkit is essentially a collection of resources that help someone complete a specific task. This could include templates, guides, checklists, and even video tutorials. They're incredibly valuable because they not only provide knowledge, but also save people a lot of time. For example, I've purchased a social media toolkit before that included customizable Instagram templates along with a video tutorial and pro tips on how to increase engagement. Super helpful. I've also sold an Etsy small business toolkit that included a keyword research spreadsheet, competitor research sheet, product description templates, and additional swipe files they could customize. I paired it with a video walkthrough showing exactly how to use everything, along with my own tips to help their products stand out. I made over $8,000 from that toolkit, and it was a low ticket offer. Right now, I'm working on a video script toolkit for my program where I help entrepreneurs start a YouTube channel for their digital product businesses. It'll also be a low ticket product designed to save people a ton of time when writing out their scripts. So the next one is great if you enjoy writing, which I do not, and that's email newsletter templates. You probably already know that one of the most important assets in any business is their email list. That's where most of the sales happen. But you can't just bombard your audience with promotions because they'll get sick of it and unsubscribe. You need to connect with them, build a relationship over time, and provide real value consistently for them to even consider investing in your offer. That's why a weekly newsletter is so important. The problem is, not every business owner enjoys putting these together. I'll be honest, one of my biggest weaknesses is writing. It always has been. So using newsletter templates is a great way to remove that overwhelm for small business owners who just need a starting point. Some guidance on how to format these emails and what to actually say. Of course, you can dress these up a bit with graphics and nicer fonts to make them less boring, but even very simple outlines work perfectly fine. This is an example of a real estate newsletter bundle that makes over $2,000 a month, and the more targeted you can make these, like for a specific niche, the more valuable and desirable they become for the people who need them most. But maybe writing isn't your thing either, so let's switch gears again, especially if you enjoy organization and creating structure. Content planning systems might be right up your alley. Honestly, anything with the word system is a great idea because you're removing chaos and helping someone stay organized and consistent with a specific task. If you know how to use Notion or you're willing to learn it so you can build systems for other people, this can be a highly profitable product for you. Notion isn't overly complicated or anything, but there is a bit of a learning curve, especially when it comes to understanding the different functions, databases, and how everything connects. And for many people, that's enough to stop them from building something like this themselves, which is exactly why there's opportunity here. A content planning system is basically an all-in-one workspace where someone can plan and manage their content. For example, this template includes a full content calendar, dedicated pages for platforms like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, newsletters, and blogs, along with a built-in structure to map everything out. It also comes with a resource library for storing hooks, captions, and hashtag ideas, making it super easy to reuse and repurpose content. So if you take the time to create a clean, easy-to-use system like this, you're solving a huge problem for business owners who just want a simple way to stay organized and strategic with their content. All right, let's get into one of the most exciting digital products on this list. I'm being sarcastic if you can't tell, because I think this one literally raises my blood pressure. bookkeeping spreadsheets. This is basically the pricing calculator idea taken to another level. You're giving business owners a full system to manage their entire business, and as overwhelming as that sounds, that's exactly why it sells so well. This specific listing makes over $5,000 a month because it's a complete bundle. It includes an automated bookkeeping system with dashboards that track monthly, quarterly, and yearly performance, and even a tax tracker. Then there's a full business tracker with things like inventory tracking, customer tracking, and even automated invoices. Most business owners don't want to spend hours figuring out formulas, setting up dashboards, and making sure everything is working properly. They just want something that's already done for them and easy to use, especially when it comes to bookkeeping. I hate this topic. Sorry. If that's what you do, I truly commend you. I do really like that these products come with support though. This one includes step-by-step instructions and a full video tutorial walking you through how to use everything, which makes it feel much more approachable, even though it looks super complex. This is of course perfect for you if you have experience with this, or you've built a system for yourself that you can turn into something others can use as well. The next idea is a great option if you naturally enjoy planning and organizing events, because not everyone does. I personally find it a bit stressful since I'm a perfectionist, but for some people, it comes very naturally, and it's event planning forms. This is essentially a collection of templates that streamline the entire event planning process. Things like client intake forms, service agreements, invoices, and quotations. Everything you need to stay organized and professional when working with clients. These templates give event planners a structured, ready-to-use system that saves time and helps them feel more confident managing their clients. This is perfect if you've already created forms like these for yourself, whether you're an event planner or you've built something similar in another niche, because you already know what's needed and what works. One important thing to keep in mind, which you'll notice in the top performing listings, is to include a disclaimer, especially when contracts are involved, encouraging buyers to seek proper legal advice if they plan to customize them. This helps protect you and ensures you're not held liable for any changes they make. Make sure to sign up for Kittle for free using the link below, and if you plan to upgrade your subscription, use code SandraYT for 25% off your first month or your first year. Head over to this video next where I share how to sell low-ticket ebooks using only free tools. So I'll see you there.